So even though we are not using Internet Explorer, you may find equivalent options in other browsers too. So the browser is something that we use every day, right? So we know most of the options. So that's nothing. But from the professional point of view, so you may have to know something like, you know what is compatibility view in browsers? Like some websites, you will have this broken page link right on the address bar. It's compatibility view. That means if some websites, if they are not able to display properly or work properly, you can use compatibility view. So the browser will adjust itself so that it can show the content according to the website. So there may be some scripts which are not compatible with the browser. Okay, so you can just smoothen the settings. That's basically compatibility view. So you will see the sign. Now if you want to add some websites regularly to a compatibility, now if there is a website, normally we do anything that you do online. Okay, like an online exam or online web application that you do. Okay, now well-known website like Facebook, okay, YouTube, they won't be having compatibility issues. But some rare websites, okay, the one that you are doing, used to do your teleworking, okay, some websites like this, there can be several websites. You can add them to the compatibility view. Okay, only because they will not be able to work properly. Okay, so normally the people who create the website, they will give you that instruction. But if you want to add it to the compatibility view, you don't have the menu bar. If you want to get the menu bar, you can press the Alt key, right? You know the IE settings, right? You press the Alt to get the menu. Right? You don't see the menu bar, right?
Yes.
This is simple settings of IE, okay? If you go to view toolbars, you can see menu bar is not there. That's why it will not show menu bar. So if you want to see menu bar, you can use Alt key. Or you can also use the option here, settings. Okay. You see compatibility view settings. Or from the menu bar tools, compatibility view settings. You cannot see it. Press the Alt key, tools, compatibility view settings, or from here compatibility view settings. So you can use this one, or from the menu bar you get using the Alt key, tools, compatibility view settings. You can add any website that you think will not be compatible with the browser. Similarly, there are many other things. So we are not going to inspect everything. What else you have? You have trusted sites, restricted sites, pop-up blockers. You know these things? You know what is pop-up blocker, right?
Yes.
By default, pop-up blockers are enabled. In Chrome, it's a different setup, but you have the concept in all the browsers. Now, how do you block pop-ups? Again, tools. Everything is in tools. Okay, all the settings will be available in tools. Pop-up blocker. So it shows turn off pop-up blocker. So what does it mean now? Is it on or off now? It's on. That's why it's giving you turn off pop-up blocker, giving the command. Okay, so you turn off. Pop-ups will be allowed. If you want to allow pop-ups only to certain sites, then you can go to the pop settings and you can allow only that site. Give the pop-ups, the advertisements. Add-ons, plugins. Okay, extra plugins that you want, you can add them here. What is smart screen filter? It is also turned on. Smart screen filter. This is a security option. Let me see whether it's in the book. I didn't see it from the book. Smart screen filter is actually an option that will help you avoid phishing. I think so, but it's not here. It's not in the book. You have to search. I was asking about IE in Chrome. The security addition to IE that warns users if known malicious or dangerous websites are visited. Okay, so this Microsoft will have a list of websites which are knownly dangerous. Okay, so if you visit such kind of websites, Microsoft will warn you from IE. Okay. Now those things are not that effective because these things, internet keeps on changing every second. But still you have that option. Before we used to set password for this browser. If you want to browse, you need to enter a password. I think I have this. You will have this option even now. Can you set password for browsing? That's not from the book, okay? But you can set password for browsing. It is available in tools. If you find in tools, you will get it. Let me also check tools, right? As well, you set the home page. See, all these things you can also do in Chrome and Mozilla and Firefox, but you'll have a different interface, right? All these options are valid. But since your subject is about Microsoft, you are dealing with Microsoft things. You can also set multiple home pages, right? You can just, you can, like this is, you can set multiple home pages like this. So it will open in multiple tabs. History, deleting history, passwords, security. This is where you can say some site is trusted. Okay, trusted site means if they have any plugins or anything, it will be allowed to run. Okay, allowed to do certain things. So you can add the sites as trusted sites, especially sites which are which are programmed using, JSP, ASP, things like that. Okay, the web application. On a restrict any sites, you can do that. Just have to go to the sites, enter the name of the sites. Privacy. You have privacy setting, medium, high. Okay, so this medium blocks third-party cookies that do not have a compact privacy policy. So what is a cookie? You know what is a cookie, right? Cookies are small files created by the server. The server, whichever server you are using, and will be stored in your browser setting, in your client. So sometimes cookies can also be a security issue. So you may have to block all cookies. So what is a third party cookie? So who is the first party? Who is the second party? So of course you are the first party, right? You are the first party. So second party means if you are visiting a website of Dell, Dell is the second party. Third party means, let's say Dell uses some programs to do that. and Dell is communicating to some other sites, that's third party. So you trust Dell, but not the company that Dell trusts. Okay. Alright, now how do you set password? I think it's in the content. Yeah, you have something called family safety, right? You can explore yourself. It's not from the book, it's just an extra option. I don't know, it's the one? Family. You know autocomplete, right? When you search something, automatically it finishes things. You can also turn it off if you want. Family safety.
We don't have that.
Yeah, it's from the control panel, right? I think we did this one before. It means you can set the browsing hours. That it's going to the control panel, so it's not this one. So family safety is about browsing time, browsing content. Okay, that's the control panel option. The option of the operating system. I don't know, maybe the options below. Connections. This is if you have proxy and all, right? We have seen this one also.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that option is removed. This old browser, there was, instead of this family safety, there was something called content advisor. No, that option is not there. Because the operating system will take care of it, that's all. Anyway, now if you see the advanced, let's say for example, you can disable few things and you can enable few things. Use software rendering instead of GPU rendering. It's for the graphics, if you are playing games or something like that. Play system sounds. Okay. All these are advanced options. Let's say you just want to see the text. You don't want to see the graphics. You don't want to see pictures and all. Okay. Normally we don't do browsing without pictures, but let's say your connection is very slow and you don't want to see pictures, you want to see only the text, you just want to read it. So what do you do here? You have a multimedia section, right? You can uncheck show pictures. So you will not see pictures anymore. Let me try. Let's go to a website. YouTube. I don't know whether you will see thumbnails. This is what. Here also. No pictures. Only text. So the internet options, advanced. We can remove the multimedia content. This is important. Warn about certificate address mismatch. It should be on. Means you know what is a digital certificate, right? When you're going for any sites where you do purchase or something, if they are giving a fake certificate or an expired certificate, your browser will warn you. It will give you a red warning that something wrong with the certificate, it's not a trusted site, something like that. And beyond that, you can continue. If you uncheck this, it will not warn you. Those are the settings. Nothing important. But you have to know those things. Download manager. Where is download manager? It has a built-in download manager. Downloads, view downloads, right? From the settings, view downloads, you find the download manager. The same things you will also find in Chrome. Maybe the names can be different, the settings can be different. But you should have an idea of what are the things, what are the possible issues that you can face because of these settings. Okay. It's not about what you can do, it's about what you potentially know. Okay, the next topic is configure Hyper-V. And we cannot do this. You know why, right? Because
we will lose the.
we are using VMware
Yes.
already. Okay, but what they are telling here, the same thing we are using, we are doing it through VMware. Okay, create and configure a virtual machine. So we have to turn on the Hyper-V, we have to turn off Hyper-V hosts. So it will be very similar to the interface of Hyper-V. Now we are using VMware because VMware is better than Hyper-V. How do you create, like file new virtual machine? Same thing. You can adjust the amount of memory. There's something called generation option. This is basically the version. Change the memory, RAM, hard disk. Checkpoints. Now here it's snapshot. You know how to take a snapshot, right? Like you have done some configuration in this VMware. Okay, you don't you know if somebody or if, say for example it crashes. If somebody deletes, yeah, even if somebody deletes, you can get it from the snapshot, right? So you better take a snapshot. Go to VM. You have the VM menu, right? VM snapshot. Take snapshot. So you will get the last known good configuration. Right? This is the good configuration that we have. Okay, now you do something, you install some software, you change some setting, you screwed up something, you can go back to this. And just do the name in 8.8. Take snapshot. Okay, a snapshot is taken. And if you go to the snapshot manager, you can find this. So anytime you want to go back to the setting, your operating system will roll back to that good configuration if something goes wrong. So just like you configure virtual machines. Now right now what we did, in your VMware, we are just making the operating system. So whenever you make an operating system, it will make its own network, okay, and then it will bridge with the physical network. That is the easy way. Now, if you want, we go to the virtual network editor, and if you want, you can make your own network, networks. Like right now, it's one network. Now, what if you want 2, 3 networks? So you can make virtual switches, okay, and you can have different IP addresses, okay. You can make 2 or 3 networks, and you can have routers in the middle and all. Everything virtually. But our computers will not take that much load here. It will crash definitely. Okay, our capacity of computers are max 3 operating systems you can run parallelly. Max 3. So that is also doable in Hyper-V. Okay. So anything that you can do in VMware, you can do in Hyper-V also. You can create virtual switches, you can make ACLs, you can trunk between the switches, you can monitor the networks, you can make VLANs, virtual LANs, DHCP. But these things we will study in the CCNA syllabus. Virtual disk, we saw that, right? How to make a virtual hard disk. Just add a hard disk. Now here it's a different format, it's a VHD. The same VHD that we created using in the previous lesson we created a VHD file, right? The same concept. How do you move a virtual machine? That's a question. Now I have an operating system here. Now I'm going to another computer. Maybe you go into that computer. So how do you move the same operating system there? How do you move it? Now it is in Hyper-V. Now how do we do it in VMware? Do you have any options here? Okay, you will have options, right? Manage, you have clone and you have share. But to move it, now even if you don't have an option, you can move it. You know how to move it, right? You just have to copy the folder, the entire folder. See this one, the location of the VMware, right? It's in, if you go to file open, you can see the location. Here. Normally it's in the documents, virtual machines. This is the virtual machine. This is that operating system, Windows 8, K1702H2. You just have to copy this folder and put it in the other computer. Okay, and then whenever you want to open it, you do file, open, and then you go into this folder and open this file, VMX file. That's the, you can see the size of the file, the size of the folder. It's it will be around 41 GB. So that's the whole operating system. So that way we can move here. Otherwise, if you want to do cloning, you can do cloning. You know cloning, right? The exact copy of the operating system. Exact copy, everything same. Okay. In Windows, we say imaging. Here it is called cloning. Another option is you can share the VMware through the network. Like I can share this operating system with you. Okay, let's try this. I'm going to share my VMware. Okay, so I go to manage and share. The result will help you. Virtual machine cannot be shared. Okay, I have to turn it off. Let me power it off. So I'm going to share this VMware with you. Okay, here you have the move option. Okay, you have the move option here also. But you don't want to move it. Make a full clone of virtual machine. How would you like to transfer the virtual machine to the shared? Okay, now here what will happen is it will not be moved to that computer. It will be moved to a different place in the same computer, to the shared location place. Okay, now this is an allocation. Should I move it? Okay, I'll move it. No problem. Okay, done. Now if I go to the home here, let's see. And this is view. You can connect to server and do it. You can open, connect to remote server. So this is what you are supposed to do. Connect to remote server. You are supposed to connect to my computer here and take the VMware because I have shared it now. Let's see. So you're supposed to enter my IP address. So just like I share a file, I have shared this virtual machine. I've shared it, but how do I see the shared? I need to get how it is shared. Sharing is done. Not giving me initial instructions. Anyhow, I'll give you my IP address. You see, you try to connect to my VMware. What's my IP? 126. So what you have to do is, you have to take the VMware and you can do file, connect to server. Okay. So your computers will be acting as a client. Mine is like a server now. VMware server and VMware client. And you can give the server name. Oh, you have to give the password, right? Okay, you give the server name 192.168.1.126. Administrator. Password, let's say Dell. This is the password Dell. Okay, just Dell. DELL. And try to connect. Since I have shared now, should be unless otherwise nothing is blocking it. You should be able to access my Windows 8.
Cannot connect, sir.
Cannot connect. Okay, there is a certificate error. Connect anyway.
I connected.
Yeah, you are able to connect, right?
Yes.
Okay, that is Windows 8.
Okay.
I have shared only Windows 8. You can take my Windows 8.
Okay.
You get like this.
Okay.
Right? So you can share VMwares like this. You don't have to install in each computer. You're able to see it power on? Mine is already powered on. That's fine. So we all work in the same operating system now?
Is that?
Huh? Yeah, everyone is working the same, right? That's strange. So let me stop sharing. Stop sharing. And it's gone, right? I think I had to power off. I had to power off and then do stop sharing. Okay. These topics are repeating now, the network connectivity and all IP address. So you right click on the network settings or adapter settings and all. Okay, now what if in case like you are in a repair mode and you want to change IP address through command? So try that. Try to change IP address through command. IP address mask gateway.
Command.
Google it, you get it. Okay, only command prompt, so you can do IP config. Check what IP address you have. You want to change it. And again do IP config. So they change the IP address. Simple. You just need to know the command.
To config and release unit.
No. You want to give a specific IP. You want to assign a specific IP address. Manual IP address.
Manual IP address.
Release and use for DHCP if you are using DHCP. If you want to put a manual IP address, totally good.
Are we gonna get It's from another server.
Give any IP address in that network. First you check what's the IP address. You know the network address, right? So in that VMware network will be in a different network, right? In the network range, give any IP address you want.
Specific IP address. Specific door. Static.
Change IP address through command prompt. From the VMware. Process.
Ano biname ng ano?
Check the IP address what you have using IP config. Accordingly.
VMware kasi ito eh.
You can give what 9.120 or something like that.
Oh. At the switch.
Not found sila. Okay na. Nag-change ka. 29 to 20. Nagkamali na kami yun. Isang palimutan.
Netish.
Netish din. Same IPv4 sa first name. Yung pangalan at first na sa configuration.
Tapos ito yung gateway, di ba?
Oo, yung sa yung point.
IP tapos subnet tapos yung default. Ganun.
Yun na. Inip ako ng IP. Change na.
Tapos ito yung saan yun?
Address.
Ito po. Ito.
Walang IPv4 na.
Ito yung IPv4.
Ginawa ko ito. IPv4. Ginaya ko na yun. So,
Yung first, tapos subnet, tapos yung default.
First IP, tapos subnet, tapos yung gateway.
Tapos,
Yun na. Walang spacing between. Okay na siya.
tikit-tikit.
Hindi. May space. Okay.
It's not found.
Sige lang. Interface na ito. Detect mo yung netish.
Nasa netish na.
Netish na yun. Ano ba yan? Administrative. Rinal mo at as administrator ba yan ang CMU?
Ayun.
Sa akin, naging system 32 pa rin. Tapos, protect from manual netish. Naka-admin.
Nasa system ka pa rin.
Oo.
Hindi ka pumasok sa netish.
Netish. Sa taas.
Hindi nasa system.
Oo.
Dapat pumasok ka muna dito.
Basta lumabas to. Tapos ginawa pa nga ng internet 0. Tinay ko netish interface. Yan at ang website. Yan. System 32 netish.
Buong itong napunta ko. Mali ata yung
Nung pagka-type ko lang ng CMD, lumabas na yung mga first result. Dami ng may ibang ways.
interface.
Auto. Netish interface IPv4 show config. Tapos yung pinaka-first na configuration.
Wala mo na ito. Nasa netish.
No, yun na yun. Alright, yung first yung third 0. Kasi yung tapos kami yung ito. Ito, kuray mo ito.
Ganun din.
Oo, ganun din same. Basta may IPv4 ka lang. Naka-IPv4 ka lang. Yun na.
NetSS, right?
Yeah.
So first you do IP config, you will get your name of the Ethernet 0 is the name, and you get your network address. So my network is 192.168.239. So if I am giving any other address, I should probably give 239. So it's the VMware network. Gateway is 239.2. So I'm using NetSH Ethernet 0 static I gave 239.129. And the gateway is 239. And then when I do IP config, the IP is changed. So according to your network, you can put your IP address. Network sharing center from here. Yeah, advanced sharing settings. This is supposed to be turned on if you want complete sharing available. If it's not turned on, then some of the options, so you may not be able to connect now. File printer sharing, home group sharing, network discovery. If this is not turned on, your computer will not be viewable on the network when you do it. So you have three profiles: private, desktop, public, all networks. To do for all networks, apply for all, private and public. So you are using encryption when you are doing file sharing also. We don't know it, right? We just share the file and we access it. So when the data is downloaded, uploaded, there is encryption happening. You cannot see the data.